All right. Hello, everyone. Very happy New Year to you all, and welcome to another episode of MAASters. The start of the year is also the season of finances. So here we are, starting the first episode of 2022 with Tanmay from Dhani. Welcome to MAASters, Tanmay. So excited to host you today.
Thank you, Animesh, for inviting, and I am glad to be part of this session.
Great, great. So before we proceed with the questions, so tell us a bit about yourself and the work that you're doing in the fintech space.
Okay, I'll keep that very short. So my name is Tanmay. I did my MBA from Marketing Trade. I started my professional career with Cargill Stockbroking Limited, where my basic career was user acquisition. I started my journey with Dhani 2 years back, and currently I am taking care of the performance and branding initiatives at Dhani. So yeah, I know whole of the day basically goes into the numbers, like seeing the dashboard, how many users have we acquired, how many users have we retained. Yeah, so that's about it. Apart from this, I love traveling and cooking.
Great, great. Good to know. And I'm sure this traveling part will be restricted for some months now.
Yes, yes, obviously.
Yeah. So, starting with the question, so what do you think, is the one buzzword you feel will dominate in the fintech industry in the coming year?
So I think there is going to be undoubtedly there's going to be acquisition because we have seen the user acceptance has increased towards the fintech product, especially your say credit line, personal loan, and investment tools. So I think yeah, so acquisition is where every app is eyeing and they're targeting to get more and more users. So I think this is going to be one of the most buzzword in the industry.
And what are the three things to consider when getting started to develop a fintech app, as per you?
So I think first of all is user interface. I mean the person, the customer who's seeing your app should be comfortable.
Correct.
The second should be the user flow, like how have we divided the app into the different segments, how it is easy for a person to navigate between your app and he can find the relevant services. And third, I would say will be app size because these days people have a lot of apps on their phone, so they prefer app which is have less storage space.
Correct, correct. I guess you rightly mentioned on the interface part. That's the most important thing while developing an app. The next is what do you think are the user analytics you are obsessed with, maybe as a fintech app marketer?
So I think, I mean, every performance marketer would agree with me on this because it is we eye only on three things: install to registration, registrations to the application, and application to the final acquisition. Because having customers at the top funnel is important, but it is more important. The customer should move down the funnel and they are reaching your end goal where the sale is happening.
That is how the industry has evolved over a period of time. Correct. Tanmay, if you can, give us some the top elements or maybe three key elements for a successful fintech app, which is important for a user acquisition strategy.
So I think first would be the communication, like how I'm trying to create the connect between my product and the audience. The second would be the targeting, like what all cohorts of customer do I think are the relevant for my platform.
Right.
And third would be the platforms, like which all places I'm available and at promoting my products. So I think these three elements are very important for any UA strategy.
But I guess that's good strategy, and indirectly it says about the brand recall. But the next is which one app do you think you get inspired every day for the growth and for the future prospect of your particular
I think there
business?
is two apps which I think have done really well in the last 5 years. I think that one is PhonePe and other is Meesho app. So I
Okay.
mean, they started late, but right now the amount of traffic sitting on their platform is like huge. I mean, they have done great marketing initiatives to drive that kind of traffic, and the good part about is that they have such a high percentage of retention rate.
Correct, correct. I agree. Right. They have been running the campaign for a long time, and that's a uh, good point. Any habit or a quality which which has helped you to be on top of your game?
That would be like keeping our eyes and ears open. I mean, we need to just keep looking what's happening in the market, and we adapt ourselves to the latest trend, and also we put our brains to how we can create benchmarks. That is how we can create new trends in the market.
What are your top three, resources from where you know or you are getting yourself aware of the fintech app industry?
So first would be my seniors. I mean, the larger team of my organization, because they are the one who have been part of the ecosystem since long, and they understand more dynamics about the competition and the environment. So they are my like first go to resource. The second would be my business partners, like with whom I am running the campaigns. They can be Apple team, Facebook team, the programmatic team, or maybe the strategic partner. I keep getting insight from them, like how we can restructure our campaigns, how we can redefine our campaigns and strategies. So those are my second go-to resource. And third would be my colleagues, because they are also burning the hands at the same time, and I'm sure everybody has some or the experience which are mutually exclusive. So we keep sharing our thoughts between ourselves. So these are the three resources which I depend on.
Great, great. I guess and these are the common resources for all of us.
These are readily available but hardly noticeable. I mean, when the person usually goes and searches on internet, like what are the latest trend, but the people which you are working with, the people which are already working before than you in the organization, if you go to them, and ask your questions and queries, I think they will give you the better responses as opposed to you finding it on the Google, because Google there
Correct,
is a
correct.
generic answer, but on if you ask internally, they will give you answer which is relevant for your brand as well.
The next questions is a couple of rapid fire questions. So we would expect a quick
Okay.
answer from your end. I'll start with the choices here. User acquisitions or retentions?
Retention, because user acquisition is dependent on the retention rate. I mean,
All right.
that's how we measure. Yeah.
Okay. User registrations or first transactions?
First transaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brand or performing marketing?
I think here I will say it has to be a mix of both, because it depends on the brand itself. If the brand is very much established, they can just focus on a small amount of branding and performance led active. But if the brand is growing, then they need to invest more into the branding initiatives, and gradually they need to change the proportion quarter by quarter.
Correct, correct. Got it, got it. And the last one in the category is what would you choose while investing? Crypto, mutual funds, or equity investments?
So I play safe. So I'll go with the mutual fund because I think I have seen the trend. Mutual fund are basically more safer tools of investment. So I am the person who takes very less amount of risk. So definitely not the stock market, but yeah, mutual fund is one.
I guess that was some great insights, Tanmay. So before we wrap up, do you have any parting thoughts about the fintech space that that will set up a shape maybe in the coming year 2022?
I think every fintech app in these time are running, and they are focusing on user acquisition. But to be very honest, there will be some time where the person the app and the brand will reach the threshold. I mean, the market would be like empty for them if they focus on only one kind of audiences. So they will have to, start focusing on the millennials, like the young generation, because they are going to be your next potential prospective
Correct.
audience. They will have to start creating communications to create more connect with the young audience, so that over the period when they when they turn out to be that kind of customer who has lot of disposable income, then they can target them and attract them towards their offering.
True, true, true. Very well said. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you again, Tanmay, for joining us. And if you like this episode of App Masters and want to stay updated about the latest mobile marketing trends, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.
Sure, anyways, thank you, have a nice day, bye.
Same to you. Bye.